those pictures out. They're by a photographer, but in a magazine, you know. And I had them a long time, but I brought my service picture, my Navy picture out, you know, when I was a seaman. When I just entered that underwater UB. But I don't know what I done with them. I put it there, and it was just laying there, so I picked them up. I put them in there. I stuck them in a book or something. It was quite a bit. I had them folded like that, see? It was about that big. But, and then, I've been over that. Yeah, that invasion of France, when we invaded France in Normandy, they called it Operation Overlord. So then my CO, he was a ranger, see, it's Samson One Skunk. He was commander. You know, this volunteer. He says, we're going to England. What do you mean, we? I said. We're going along, he said. So he took 6 of us, 7 with him. I said, now, if you work these 6-man team, you're not coming along? I said, what do you think I got these for? He said. He just said that. He'd go to hell and back, that guy would. But we went to England then, and they briefed us on interrogation and escape, how not to be taken by the enemy, and how to escape, and when you're interrogated, well, how to respond, you know. They spent a week teaching us this. All you got to do is keep your mouth shut, I said.
You haven't seen the movie, The Wind Talkers, so you don't maybe know the storyline, but one of the things that is in that movie as part of the plot is that not only were these people trained to be the code talkers, but each code talker had a white guy assigned to him who was more or less kind of a bodyguard, because he was, of course, the code talker was important. They didn't want him to fall in the hands of the enemy, and he was supposed to be his protector and kind of a personal bodyguard. And the other part of the role in the movie was that individual was responsible for taking out that code talker for security reasons if it came down to that.
Yeah, I know that.
Any of that?
Yeah, that was understood. That they'd take me out, but see, I was so versatile, you know.
You didn't get in any situations where you felt like that might
no,
be an issue?
They said they'd feel sorry for the enemy that captured me. That's what they used to say to them guys. I used to say, load them up.
How did you feel about that? That they were willing to
I don't think anyone would have took me out. I just don't think that, you know. No,
so you didn't take it seriously as a threat, or?
No, I didn't.
During your career, did you get any particular medals or honors or commendations for your service?
Yeah.
Can you tell me about how those came about?
Well, I got the Purple Heart and I got presidential accommodations for the work that I done, you know, in there. But that's about all. I didn't want anything. I had a job to do. There's no sense in that's just the way we was raised, in the Indian way. If you...
Do you still have any of those medals?
No.
What did you
No.
do?
I threw them overboard.
Can you tell me about where you were and how you heard that the war had come to an end?
We was getting ready to jump into the on the north end of the island of Japan. That's cold, you know, up in the mountains. And we heard that they dropped the atomic bomb. I'd say, drop another one, drop another one. Sure enough, they did. They dropped the next one. But I had mixed feelings about this one, you know. You're on their homeland now, you know. And although they were good jungle fighters and we were trained in Iceland with Operation Deep Freeze too, see. So we would know how to handle it if they hadn't. If we went in, they'd probably send us tropical gear. But no, I suppose they'd done us right. But that's when we finally heard the Japanese had surrendered. I couldn't believe it. I didn't think they'd ever surrender.
Did they turn around and send you home right away, or
Oh no,
what
no.
did they have you do?
No, we went back to our base there in the Solomon Islands. We had one island there. We had base. Went back to there and we started putting together. I know, didn't even have a uniform no more. All I had was those battle gear that the Marines wore, you know. And so they told us that we'd go to Honolulu, get our uniforms back. Yeah.
And how long were you in Honolulu before you got to go home?
We stayed in the Solomon Islands for about a week, getting ready, and then finally we got a ship came in, so we got on that. It was a DE, destroyer escort, and he took us out, and then when we got on the battleship South Dakota, we transferred to there. I used to ask those sailors, how do you like this shore duty on that? Because all we was there was those little boats, you know, bobbing on the way. And then South Dakota, where did they put in? They put in San Francisco. And then we went from San Francisco down to San Diego to our main base. And I didn't get out, see, because my time had been up in 46. So I had stayed there. First I did shore patrol duty. Get me off this, I told the skipper. So he took me off that and he put me on transferring these kids at AWWII. Go get them kids on the train and bring them back, take them up to Fargo, Farragut, Idaho. They had a prison up there. Yeah. It was a naval base there. They trained, there was a boot camp.